May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be free from harm. May all beings love life. May all beings awaken. Welcome to another Gook Audio podcast. I pray that you and yours are safe and comfortable, free from economic hardship, and able to get out and do whatever it is you want within the limitations of the universal precept of do as little harm as possible. So today, I'm going to read a short piece for Tassajara Stories. It's a short, sort of disturbing piece, in a way, but it's part of life. It was disturbing at the time, I'll tell you. It's called Suicide. After Peter was Shuso at Tassajara for the 71 winter-spring practice period with Tatsugami, he and Jane spent the summer on the East Coast. They were living on Chappaquiddick Island near the famous bridge. Peter was working on editing the Sando Kai lectures Suzuki had given at Tassajara the previous summer. Suzuki was happy for them to be there because there was a lot of contact between people on the East Coast and him and the Zen Center, especially those Yvonne called the East Coast ladies, who were well established in those parts and not inclined to move west. On July 7th of 1971, Suzuki was about to leave for Tassajara when there was tragic news from the East Coast. Marge Bragdon, who'd been living in a cottage on June McKnight's estate in Woodstock, Vermont, had committed suicide. She had been found sitting under a tree with a Swiss Army knife and a copy of Zen Mind Beginner's Mind open to the chapter titled Nirvana, the Waterfall. Marge's daughter, Emma, 7 months pregnant, and her husband, Tim Buckley, were soon on a plane. Peter and Jane received a call from Yvonne, took a ferry to the mainland, and hitchhiked from there. The family asked Suzuki to come spend time with them and do the funeral. Peter recalls, June showed Suzuki Roshi the blood-stained copy of Zen Mind Beginner's Mind, and he insisted she give it to him. June asked for us to stay on with her, and we did, in her son Jay's house, and then in his departed mother's house. On years later at Green Gulch Farm, Jay told me how important, how comforting Suzuki's presence had been in that difficult time. Back in the Bay Area, Suzuki expressed regret to Silas, a sense that Zen Center had failed Marge Bragdon. He understood, Silas said, that if we could have spent more time with Mrs. Bragdon, then maybe we could have helped her out more. But she was far away. On July 20th, Suzuki arrived at Tassajara for the first time since February. That evening, he gave a lecture. In it, he said, "We observe things in two ways. One is the phenomenal side. The other is maybe more ontological side. If we say spiritual, usually it is something which is not material, but according to Buddhism, even though you say spiritual, it is not much different from physical or materialistic side. It belongs to the phenomenal side of reality. The other side is tentatively ontological side, a numinal side, which we cannot see. If you lose your friend, then you feel very lonely because you think, so long as your friend is alive, she is with you, which is material or physical. But after your friend dies, she changes into a spiritual being, leaving the physical body behind. People may call it soul or spirit, but that is not our understanding. We don't know the other side, which is not possible to understand. But even though we do not understand, we cannot deny things which are not understandable by our small mind. Actually, I am not just physical. I am spiritual too. But even though I say I am spiritual and physical, I put myself in limitation of spiritual and physical. But actual me is something more than spiritual and more than material. That me he was talking about, I took to be Big Mind. In The Call of Spiritual Emergency, Emma Bragdon wrote, I have known people who have killed themselves as a result of being isolated and overwhelmed with spiritual experiences. This happened to my mother. I didn't know why my mother had killed herself. In meditation, I had a direct knowing that she was tired of the struggle in her life. She wanted to be with God. When it came to me, my body shuddered and became exquisitely peaceful. I knew beyond doubt she was happy to be released. This has been a Cuke Audio mini podcast. I'm DC, Poobah of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives, coming to you from Sleepy Sanur with Dogget Bandita Feline Cuchita and dear lovely Katrinka. And we're wishing you and yours and all of us a grand awakening.